Good morning, students. I welcome you all for Sheba online class. So, 12th standard, already I told you, you have to study well, go through the lesson, see if you got any hard words, you can find the meanings there. So, first unit we saw about the prose, poetry and supplementary. Now we are going to move to the second unit, prose lesson, a nice cup of tea. So we are going to see about the author of this lesson. The tea should be nice. So here the author gives us what are the things to have a good tea. So the author of this lesson is George Orwell. So this is his original name is Eric Arthur Blair. So usually writers, what they do, they use their pen name, we call it as pen name. So here also George Orwell is this pen name. He is an English novelist. He has written many short stories and essays which are related to the importance of his own place, and journalist. He has also written articles for newspapers, and critics. So critics means to post something which is their opinion, whose work is marked by clear prose, awareness of social inequality. So social inequality, he used to write. So now also we got the more society, social inequalities, we don't treat people equally. So here also, so he used to write for that, critic. Opposition to, then support of democratic socialism. So he is a man who supports the things that all should get everything. That is called as democratic, means ruled by the people, and socialism. Orwell wrote literary criticism, poetry, fiction means imaginary, and polynomial journalism. He is best known for his illogical novel Animal Farm. He has written a novel in 1945, and another novel 1984 is the another novel in 1949. In 2008 they took a rank to find out the names of 50 well-known British writers from 1945, and he ranked the second place. So he is a very well-known writer, and he has written this lesson for us, a nice cup of tea. So tea is the morning word for us as soon as we get up from the bed. So drinking tea is a habit within ourselves. So here he gives us 11 types of things how to find out a good tea. So here first he gives us, we have got a very good tea estates. If you go to Kunnur or Ooty, so these places, Munnar, all these places, there are many tea estates. Plenty of tea is being grown there, and they have got their own industry also. And here also we have got many companies which give us tea, AVT tea, Tata tea, all this tea which is being the flavor. So here he talks about what is a nice tea. So when you drink a tea, you have to think of the people, those who work there in the tea plantation. They have to go in the morning, they have to pluck the leaves, the tender leaves. So the climate will be very, very chill, and also and it is a wet and swampy land, so snakes and other insects will bite them. So they should be, so we have to think about them. They risk their life, those who are collecting the tea leaf. So here also you can see the picture is given here, how the plantation is being done, and after that they pluck the trees, they dry up, and they put it in a machine, and then they are being packed up, and they come to the market. If you go to the supermarkets, you can see a full shelf of varieties of teas will be exhibited there for us. So here also he says that Yeah, you would have seen lovely packets of tea. There are different packets of tea. Yeah, most of the three roses tea, they say AVT, and the shelves of supermarket and shops. Have you ever wondered how the tea powder is obtained? So you should know how the tea powder is being obtained. So here the picture is given in the lesson. If you go to the book, so here you are going to see, if you look up tea in the first grocery book, so when you go to the Google and you search for tea, there are the grocery cookery books where we cook and we eat. That comes to hand, you will probably find that it is unmentioned. So tea is not an important drink, but it is not mentioned. But here in our place, it's a stimulating agent for us. When you are very bored up and when you are very tired, what happens? When you drink a cup of tea, we get stimulated, we become brisk. Most of them, those who are the vendors and other people, those who are there in the street, what they do, they finish up their lunch with a cup of tea and some biscuits or bun or everything, something like that. So most of you will find a few lines sketchily instruction which give no ruling on several most important points. So it is curious to know that. Not only because tea is one of the mainstay of civilization. So civilization means the part of how the people live, the way they live in these countries. But in certain countries, tea only fixes the nature, how the people are civilized there in Australia and New Zealand. But because of the best manner of making it the subject of violent dispute. So sometimes when you don't get a tea in a market or at the house, so people get violent. When I look through my own recipe, so I used to prepare my tea of my own at my home. So when you look at the recipe, how to prepare a tea, or is that for a perfect cup of tea, I find no fewer than 11 outstanding points. So I found out 11. There are many points for how to prepare a good tea, but I have found out 11 important points for how to find out which is a good tea. On perhaps two of them there will be general agreement, but at least four others are actually controversial. So some people will not accept my thing. Here are my own 11 rules. So that is my own for preparing the tea, how the tea should be and how tasty it should be. I have given here 11 points. Here are my rules, every one of which I regard as golden. All these 11 points are like gold, which is very important for a perfect tea. First of all, the first thing is one should use Indian or Ceylonese tea. The famous tea is our Indian tea. And another thing is the tea which is from Ceylon. So these two are the best tea and it is very good for the flavor. Tea is good for flavor and also for tasting. So the best thing which I chose was the Indian tea and the Ceylon tea. Tea has virtues which are not despised any nowadays. So now it has been a virtue. Virtue means a daily routine of taking a tea. It is economical. So China tea, here we call it a China tea as different. With only milk more and tea less is called, but not that China. The tea which comes from China is virtual. It is very, very good, but it is very, very economical. It is very costly and not that much taste as our Indian or Ceylon tea, because people have to drink that China tea without milk. So it is impossible for us, those who stay in Tamil Nadu, without milk we don't eat or we don't drink our tea. After whenever the tea is been put, we add some milk in it to color it. So here, so one does not feel wiser, braver or more optimistic. So some people what they do is drinking tea makes us brave or makes us feel that we are optimistic, the positive person, optimistic and pessimistic. So optimistic means, which means you are in the positive side after drinking it. So some people think like that, after having a tea, my thoughts will be positive. So my boredness will go away, my tiredness will go away by drinking a cup of tea. Anyone who has used that comforting phrase, a nice cup of tea. So it's a phrase here telling that a nice cup of tea is very important. So drinking tea is essential nowadays. So he talks about the comfortable tea is the Indian tea. Secondly, first thing is Indian and Ceyloni tea are the best tea for us. The next thing he talks about, tea should be made in small quantities. Yes, it should be. So when you go to the tea shop, what he does, he puts all the tea things in a bag like that thing, and he tries to extract the thing. That is not good. It is not healthy also. By drinking the tea which is been used many times, only it is boiled, next time it becomes toxic, it becomes a poison. So when you use the tea once, after you strain it, again and again boiling anything or preparing things are very dangerous. So here also what he says is, you have to prepare in small quantity, that is in a teapot. Here we don't have that teapot. You go to foreign countries, they will be having a teapot. The pot will be having an edge like this, and a pot and a handle will be there, and it will be kept something to be kept on the stove and to boil, and they used to strain the tea like this. So here what he says, first thing is, it is good to use a teapot. Tea out of an urn always tasteless. So when you boil the tea more, what will happen? It will become tasteless. So what he says is, when you have a tea, so the correct type of boiling is enough. Made in cardamom. Taste of this. So when you go to the army what they do, they boil. Everybody will be having tea. So what happened? It will be boiled. So sometimes what happen? The taste will change. It will sometimes it looks like a grease or in whitewash vessel. The teapot should be made of china or earthenware. Two things he talks about. One is the china ware, and another is the earthenware. Now we have lost our earthenware. Yeah, when you prepare anything in an earthen pot or vessel which is made out of mud, the earthen vessel, it is very very healthy, and it will prolong for a long time, and it will be heated, and it can hold the heat. Silver or Britannia ware tea produce inferior tea. So the vessels mentioned here is Britannia ware. And enamel pot, here we are using the stainless steel is an enameled iron pot which has been enameled with the steel. So it is worse, enameling pot. So though seriously enough for a peated tea, rarely nowadays it is not so bad. So you have to prepare the tea in earthenware, but nowadays it is not possible for us. We use all types of vessels, stainless vessels, so it is one way or other not bad, you can use it. So first thing is, he talks about Indian and Ceylon tea. Next thing he talks about the tea should be prepared only in a teapot or earthenware or china ware products. Thirdly, the pot should be warmer beforehand. So don't keep the vessel or the teapot with the water in it. Let the teapot get heated, get it warm in a stove first, then you add some water. So the tea, because if there is any type of thing which is inside the vessel, will be evaporated. Thirdly, this is the better done by replacing it on a hob than the method of, so then you pour the hot water, then you put the water, first you keep it on a stove, let it warm for some time, then you pour the water in it and let it boil. So this is the method for making the tea. Thirdly, fourthly, the tea should be strong. So the tea taste should be very strong. For a pot holder or quarter. Quarter is a measurement which is being used in those days. If you are going to fill it nearly to the brim, 6 heaps of tea. So if you are the tea is there, he is telling the how measure you have to take. That is the 6 heaped teaspoon. Which the third thing, fourth thing, what he talks about is the strong tea. In the time of rations, so they used to get tea from the ration. There, if we are getting sugar and other things, ration, they will for monthly, for a family they will provide some quantity of tea. So ration, this is not an ideal that you can be realized on every day of a week, but I maintain this, that 1 strong cup of tea is better than 20 cups. So 20 weaker cups, putting small quantity of tea leaf and then drinking is not good. So what he says is, 1 tea itself, whichever it is, it should be a strong and good tea. I maintain that 1 strong cup. All true tea lovers, not only like this, like their tea strong, but like a lighter stronger. So this thing, because the tea is been given there, it is costly, the tea. Fifthly, what you are going to see is, the tea should be put straight into the pot, or not putting some people what they put, as I told you in the first, when you go to the tea shop, they put the tea leaf in a bag like this and the cloth, and then they immerse in the water. That is not good. Directly you have to put the tea leaf in the vessel, and not there. Now we got tea bags. Yeah, you got tea bags which when you boil the water and you put the tea there and you dip. When you dip it, you find it the taste of the tea will be extracted from that. That is also not good. You have to directly use the tea leaf into the boiling water. In some countries, teapots are filled with little dangling baskets under the spot of. So some vessels are like that. So staining the tea leaf. Actually, one should serve. So what happened? What they do is, they used to the teapot with the lid being tied up with the cloth to stain the thing, the tea leaf. But what he says is that is not good. Eating or taking some quantity of tea is also good. The tea leaf is not very harmful for us, and it will not give any ill effect to us. Sixthly, one should take the teapot to the kettle and not only other way. The water should be actually boiled at moment to impact. So important thing is the water should boil. One should keep it in the flame while one. So after taking up the tea, what you have to do? You have to keep it in the flame for the tea not to get cold. The cold tea is not good. So what happened? He gives us advice to keep the tea. Some people add that one should only use water as been freshly. So after everything, every tea you have to use fresh water. But I have never noticed that in my reference. Seventh thing, after making the tea, one should stir it. So while it is boiling on the stove, what you have to do is, when it starts to boil, you have to take a spoon and you have to stir the tea in the stove itself. So he gives an advice, stir it, or better give the pot a good shake. So they talk about the tea kettle where it will be closed. So what happen? If you want, what happen? You can take that kettle and you can shake and make it to mix up with it. Then eighth thing. Seventh thing is you have to stir it. Eighth thing what you do is, one should drink out a good breakfast cup. So the vessel which you have to use to drink a cup is, it should be a cylindrical type. But then what happened? Nowadays they have got big cups, but it is made out of China earthenware that will hold some heat in it. So you need not worry. So drinking in a cylindrical type of cup, not on flat. So when you are taking a breakfast, in foreign countries they used to have this tea. Ninthly, one should pour the cream off. So when you are interested in adding, nowadays our country they used to add milk. what you have to do is, after boiling the milk, there will be a layer of cream on the top of the vessel. So you should not, you have to remove that while you are mixing the milk with the tea. What you have to do, no cream should be there, it will spoil the taste of the tea. So what he says is, you have to remove and then pour the milk. Milk is too creamy, always gives us a sticky taste. It is, it won't good. 10th thing, one should pour the tea into the cup first. So what happens, how to use it, first the tea or the milk or the sugar. He talks about the sugar at the back. So what happens is, first you have to put the cup, fill the cup with the tea. So then only you will be knowing the amount of how much you have added the tea, and with that you are going to add up some milk. This is one of the most controversial point of all. So indeed in every families in Britain, there are probably two schools, two people are talking about that, first milk then tea. But my advice is, first pour the tea as much as you want, and after that you have to put some milk, which will make the tea tastier. So the milk first school brings up. So this is the thing, putting the tea first and stirring as one pours, one can exactly regulate. So you can know how much milk is required for the tea. First, if you put the milk first in the cup, when you pour the tea, you will not be having the right mixture of this tea and milk. So what he says is, first you fill the tumbler with the tea, then you can add milk, which will make it as you want it. So liable. Lastly, unless one is drinking in Russian style, should be drunk without sugar. So the last thing what he says is, adding up of sugar. Sugar here nowadays we add up. So when you are drinking tea, you should add some sugar. But in Russia what they do is, they drink plain tea. They don't mix up any sugar or milk. Directly the tea will be taken from the pot, and they used to drink the tea, which will be tastier. Should be drunk without sugar. I know very well that I am in the minority here, so my habit is to add up some sugar and drink. But still, how can you call yourself a true tea lover if you destroy the flavor? So when you put the sugar, what happened? The sugar dominates the taste of the tea, because it becomes tastier. The sugar always gives a sugary taste. So what happened? The original taste of the tea will be reduced. So the best thing is, drinking tea is without adding sugar is very good. So if you ask the tea lovers, those who really drink a proper tea, they will say that the plain tea is very good. Now we have got lime tea and other tea, green tea, all these things we are being introduced there. So the flavor will be put down. It would be equally responsible to put in pepper or salt. So here it is not at all possible. What he gives an advice, instead of adding some sugar, you add some pepper and salt. How will be the taste? Imagine yourself. Sugar but when you add pepper and salt, but it will be tastier. What he says is, it will be tastier. If you sweeten it, you are no longer tasting the tea. So already I told you, when you put sugar in it, the taste of the tea will disappear, the original taste of the tea. So what he says is, add little of sugar, or adding sugar should be avoided. You should make a very similar drink by dissolving sugar in plain water. Instead of that, what you can do, instead of drinking the tea, you can drink hot water, plain hot water with sugar. It will be like that. When you add sugar to the tea, the original taste of the tea will go away. So here he says, some people would answer that they don't like tea in itself. So some people, when you ask them, no, we don't drink tea, I don't like tea. But when you drink and see the taste of the tea, that's the only drink in it in order to warmer and stimulate it. Some people say like that. Eating the tea, drinking of tea makes me warmer. In foreign countries, the cold countries, it is where they use only a small quantity of tea, and the milk, everything will be kept separately. In a cup, the teapot will be having a tea, and milk will be kept separately in a vessel, and the sugar. So whenever they need, what they do, they add up first the tea. Some people they drink with plain tea, or some what they do, they mix up some milk and the sugar, teas, and then they stir it well and drink. So what he says is, so like that. So some people take it for stimulating. They need sugar to take the taste away. To those misguided people, I would say, the people who say that you have to drink the tea with milk and sugar, and so I am giving you an advice that try the tea. To those misguided you, I would say, try drinking tea without sugar for say a fortnight. For 15 days you try without adding sugar. Only you take the tea. So add a little bit of milk, but don't add sugar. 15 days you try. Then afterwards, it is very unlikely that you will ever want to ruin yourself tea. So after that you will come to a conclusion that the original taste I have missed up. So hereafter what will happen? After that you will be drinking the tea without sugar. So here he gives an advice for that. There are not the only controversial point to raise the conviction with tea drinking, but they are sufficient to show the stabilized to the whole business, and it is a international business. It is called as a cash crop, which is the tea. There is also a mysterious social surrounding of the tea. Yeah, some people they say that the tea is, why it is considered vulgar to drink without when you go to a tea shop or a restaurant, what they do is they used to give the cup of tea, and they used to give us a saucer, that the tea will be kept on the top of the saucer on the cup. So what happened, people is they pour the tea in the saucer and they try to drink it. That is wrong. That way is not good. The tea should have some type of some kind of hot warmness, and also when you drink the tea, what happens to do, you have to drink the tea with the cup. The saucer is only to hold or not spilling down and not for the taste. So whatever, when you drink a tea, what happen? Don't pour the tea in the saucer and they make it cool and drink. You have to take the tea directly with the cup. He gives an advice for that. And much might be written about the subsidiary uses of tea leaves, such as telling fortunes. So what they do is they give tea for telling fortunes. Yeah, when they drink tea, what they say, that is a saying like that. The tea person will give you a good fortune. The Joshian சொல்றவங்க மற்றவங்க என்ன செய்வாங்களா, the tea, they take them tea to tell the fortune, predicting the arrival of visitors. The tea வானத்தை வச்சு சொல்லுவாங்களா இன்னைக்கு யாரும் இல்லையா? நம்ம in our place they used to tell, when a crow sit there, they say that some visitors or some relations are going to come. Here also visitor. So feeding rabbit, healing burns, and so with the tea leaf, what are the things what we can do is, you can feed the rabbits. Then healing burns, when you get any burns which is being made out of fire, ஏதாவது சூடு கீடு பட்டுச்சுன்னா என்ன பண்ணலாம், you can keep the நம்மூரில் கொஞ்சம் காஃபி பவுடர்லாம் வைப்பாங்க அடிக்கடி பட்டுச்சுன்னா. So what he says and advice is to keep the tea leaf on the top of the hurt burns and swelling the carpet, so the outer layer will not be disturbed. In the work, paying attention to such details as warming the pot and using water, that is the railing, boiling. So what happen is, you have to put some boiling thing is very important. Boiled tea, hot tea is very good. So 21 ration, 20 good strong cups of that, 2 ounce properly handle out to. So when you drink the tea, so take 2 ounce of tea, which is the limited tea, is very good. So this lesson is taken from the collection essay Journals and Letters of George Orwell. It's in volume 3, which has been written in between the things of 1943 to 45. So if you are very much interested to know about this, you can go to this. And so this lesson gives us the essential of tea, and we love tea. We have got tea lovers in our place. So thank you students for being with me with this lesson, prose lesson. So read out this lesson once, go through the lessons, and you can also experience, if you are following this 11 point which has been given by the author. So this will make us to know about how to drink a proper, tasty and healthy tea for us. So thank you very much students for being with me this first lesson prose. May God bless you. Be safe and be inside your house. Don't be roaming here and there. So take care of yourself and study. Whenever you get time, you have to study your lessons. Thank you. God bless you.